You're there as KCCA and why you have technical experts is because you're supposed to be thinking ahead of the development. You are supposed to be planning compensating factors such that when development comes, it is not going to largely impact the compensating factors that you already have. So we are alive to that fact. What we are debating here, or the questions we have here, is strictly on the compensating factors that you have when a development comes into such a place. Thank you.
Chair, a clarification.
I hope the ED itself is taking too much water.
Yeah, I seek to a clarification from the ED. We are not against urbanization and development. This country has laws, and this Committee of Physical Infrastructure is guided by the legal regime. What we seek from you is whether the legal regime in regards to the Nakivubo constructions on the channel was adhered to. By your own letter, you are stopping, constructions proceeded against your stopping, and matters went. Now you are here telling us, approved now. With defects, if I'm to put that. Was the Building Control Act followed? Was the architect plan of that building on the channel approved prior? That's a clarification I would want to get from you, honestly. Because we seem to be presented that we're against harm, we're against development. Don't blackmail the committee. What we're seeking is that we want you to avert now the compensation of the office of the Prime Minister. It's a burden on the taxpayer. I pay taxes, we all pay taxes. The burden on the taxpayer being put on this country, 20 billion, is not as a result of the citizens of this country failing, but the duty bearers. And as duty bearers, you fail, then you push a weight of 20 billion, you make businesses suffer, loans people are failing to pay because government is not compensating. This negative impact on the community and the country is our concern. Thank you.
Honorable Boaz, you wanted to say something?
Thank you, Chair. Through you, I wanted to inquire from the ED. It's like they are having something like conflicting orders in this institutional crashes. The way he talks, it is as if they are not mandated to do that job. When they want to do it, they get another order from somewhere.
We are not under duress in doing our work, and we had a difficult project. Let me put it this way. When a woman gets pregnant, she hopes that she will get to full term and deliver a child normally. That child can sometimes be abnormal and require a cesarean birth. In this particular case, the abnormality of this child was that it was a premature birth. And because it was a premature birth, we had to come in as regulators and say, wait, this is not how you treat involvement, okay? And what happened there was we raised questions, and those questions had to go through a process, and those questions were answered, and when they were answered, this process was formalized.
The ED has just confirmed to this committee that they approved that plan after construction.
Correct.
The honorable colleague has raised, is there something that the ED is not disclosing to this committee? Because, Chair, by law, a plan is approved before construction. Is the ED in order to continue saying he's not working under duress? Yes, yet he himself has already confirmed to the committee that that is true. Is he in order, Mr. Chair?
What was the pressure Sorry.
Is not in order. Because you see, members' worries about this construction happening before your guidance. The fact that it was not approved is automatic knowledge that you did not provide technical guidance when they were constructing this building. Is that correct? At the onset, did you provide technical support?
Not that we objected to the proceeding of the construction.
That is what the members were.
And that we said we agree. But the law, let me put speed members. The law allows us to approve a project as built. And the engineers are bound on this committee will prove and will assist us in this.
This can only happen if there's an impact assessment, specifically for this channel. Secondly, even where it is being constructed is not private property. So under what circumstances? Yes, Honorable.
Chair, can the ED provider on the building met the technical requirement that warranted the approval? Or else, what are those conditions the building needs to meet to warrant approval after, not prior?
Chair, further to that, I would love the ED.
Floods are going to come back in those specific areas. This committee will be tasked to investigate and report back. You have approved. Let's assume you have approved. Some of you are trying to use the blue letter as an excuse. Yes, the blue letter, I mean the directive. You may say the directive from the president. We are aware, we are alive to the fact that the president goodwillingly gave harm that specific part of the city. But when you read Article 95.5 of the Constitution, in summary, it says that the president's directive is not a law. You are aware. It is an instruction you must follow within the law. And there are several cases that court has ruled. When you look at Horizon Coaches, Bas Mbara Municipal Council, that is Appeal 7 of 2014. When you look at Nakaseru, Market Vendors, Bus Traders, that is Appeal 90 of 2016. It's very clear. So now if you come here and defend, we expected you to come and tell us the channel was built, it's not to the exact standard probably. We need to do this before. Maybe this building is here, we need to break a certain part of this building to avert the future catastrophe. Because we cannot keep compensating people using the same like the honorable members have raised. So you have to help us help you. You say it is legally now approved. If it floods again, we are not going to come here and pass money to compensate when you are seated in your offices. So we want you to help us help you. If this was said, we want you to help us.
Honorable Chair.
Chairman, I think KCCA, they wanted to favor business. That's why they refused to approve the plan before the construction, so that they are favoring the president because he has given it the aid. Maybe they can explain.
Yes, Honorable Zadu.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to inquire from the ED, because he has said they have approved
Questions.
Honorable Chair, this is public knowledge that this particular construction did not take off in the realms of KCC's legal ambit. The reason my own self signed the stoppage that stop, okay? If that was called actually being looking in the eyes of the president, I said, hey man, you have a blue letter. Yes, stop. The procedures need to be followed. I did, on behalf of KCCA. But we had to guide this developer, and many things behind the scenes have happened, including ensuring that there is an environmental impact assessment by NEMA to say, yes, you can proceed like this, including putting up an interagency committee of the Ministry of Works, of the Ministry of Environment, of NEMA, of KCCA, of who else? No, the land was not necessary in this. To make sure that things proceed in a regulated manner. What we are seeing now is something that is being watched periodically by an interagency committee to make sure that the adverse effects that we have previously seen do not repeat. We shall provide the environmental impact assessment, and we shall also provide the approvals that we give this person, and they are conditional to make sure that things get to be right.
Honorable Sebaman.
According of compensation on the taxpayer or the person that illegally started the construction. What's your take on that?
I think he just wants your opinion. You may or you
My opinion can be very subjective, and I wouldn't want to be on record. Thank you.
okay. He's worried about his job.
Gave us a breakdown, actually prioritization of these channels, ranking Nakivubo as number 1. And you went and gave us the 8 channels in that priority. In order for us to improve this report, I propose as follows, going forward. Mr. Chairman, if you allow, that you now tell us what activities you are doing in each of these channel corridors. Do you get my point? Nakivubo being number 1. What are you doing in Nakivubo in terms of construction or reconstruction? There are areas where you may be doing new construction. There may be activities to deal with the reconstruction. There could also be areas where you are dealing with maintenance, periodic maintenance and routine maintenance. Now, with that channel, you will give us the challenges that you have made. There you could even mention the encroachment, which we are dealing with, or even irregular construction. Construction commencing prior to approval and so on. Do that for all the channels. When it comes to routine maintenance, you mentioned the long boom equipment and so on. Tell us what equipment you actually need in